when I came across this idea, the first thing that I think is, whoa, that's so great, right? And that is so cool. When I think about a heterosexual relationships where there is a male and a female, yeah, the image that comes from my mind are a lot of things. Maybe they are kissing, maybe they are hanging out at the malls, talking at the dinner table, having a romantic fine dine, talking, getting into arguments, and so 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 on and so forth. But when I think about gay couple, like I can only imagine about the sex, and it's weird. It's weird, right? Because, well, I don't know if it's weird or not, but when I think about like the heterosexual couple, I think about all this entirety of things that makes a relationship, which maybe include sex as well. But when I think about gay couple, all I imagine about is the fucking sex. And I came across this idea that gay people and the gay communities as a whole, the LGBTQ communities seems to be more evolved and advanced in terms of their perception toward sex. And they say that sex is basically something that they do for fun, for leisure, for the pleasure of it. If I were to think about heterosexual relationships, maybe maybe that also can be true, but my programming about sex is it's something that is sacred and something that is supposed to be done with someone that you love and that you care about very deeply and very dearly. Well, maybe that's also not true, because in the West, people have casual sex all the time. But even then, I don't think it match with the gays. Like, like gay people are probably, I don't know, much more wild in terms of casual sex. At least that's how I picture it in my mind. But when I came across this idea, the first thing that I think is, whoa, that's so great, right? And that is so cool. However, I also think that there might be some drawbacks to this and something that has to be taken into consideration when doing this. When people go to the, I don't know, sex parties, at least in the LGBTQ communities, they say that even people that goes there, a lot of them are already married, and they just see sex as just, I don't know, getting pleasure. But then I came across this. What one problem with this is, I just think that if you are not mature enough for that, if you are still childish, if you are insecure, it's gonna create a lot of problems in your relationships. And if your goal is to build a healthy and loving and mature relationships, there are so many blocks and so many things that you have to get through first in order for you to be able to have this culture where sex is just something that you do for fun and for the pleasure of it. If you're not yet mature, if you are doing sex out of insecurities and out of distraction, out of, I don't know, shame and inability to sit by yourself, I think it's gonna create some problem. And I cannot really describe it. Like, I heard like one thing is this gay couple that have sex with other people, have open relationships. A lot of them have this almost like competition with each other. Like the gay couple have competition with each other where, oh, you slept with 10 people, well, I slept with 12, well, my sex partner is better, or this or that. That's one problem that you can encounter in terms of open relationship. But I feel like there are so many more problems that can happen in open relationships, especially if you're not mature enough. And I'm not saying that it's entirely bad, which that itself is controversial as an Indonesian, I think. But if you're not mature enough, and if you do not have open conversation with your partner, this culture of using people and using sexual experience for pleasure, it's dangerous. I think it's gonna, you're playing with how do you call it, like this two-pointed sword. That's what I think you're playing with. But maybe if you're already mature and you have stable emotions and secure attachment, maybe it's fine. But other than that, I think it can mess you up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe even for insecure people, it's good. But it's just a hunch that I have. So yeah, thank you.